Day 31 and the final day of my October YouTube series, 31 Days of Chasing Your Dreams Poetry by Latisha B. I just want to say a big thank you to all you guys who have been following along on this journey and watching me grow and develop my camera skills, I guess. And a big thank you to my brother Shane, my sister Tatiana, and my mother for being my #1 support in this video venture. For anybody joining me on this channel for the first time, I just want to briefly tell you about who I am. My name is Latisha, and I've been writing poetry since I was 15 years old. I'm a homeschool mom, and I've been married 13 years, and I have 5 children. And the poems that I have been sharing in this video series have been poems in reflection to chasing your dreams and all the things that come along with that. This topic has been a very significant topic for me all my life because I consider myself a dreamer. I consider myself a visionary and an idealist. One of those people that you would say have their head in the clouds. Like some people would say, you have your head in the clouds. I've always had big ideas, always had big visions, and always had big dreams of things I wanted to try and wanted to do. And despite the fact of struggling with anxiety since I was 13 years old, I have never let my anxiety be a hindrance in trying to do the things that I feel God put on my heart to do. And sometimes it has been annoying for my mom. So, for my mom, with my big ideas and all the things I wanted to try. But it's a part of who I am. And in this video today, I would also like to do a little bit of a show and tell, and I want to show you the physical things that I have, physical keepsakes from things that I have tried in my younger days, in my youth. Not that I'm old yet, but in my younger days, things that I have tried. I have self-published 4 books, so I'll start with that. I self-published 4 books over the last 10 years. And these are the books. Some of them are available on Amazon.com for anybody interested in supporting my dreams of poetry ventures and interested in having a very nice poetry collection in their book library. Here is Words of a Poetry Art. That's a word I made up. And what that word means is staying true to your art form, staying true to your poetic vibe. Being who you are as a poet, because there's all kinds of different types of poets. And it's basically not trying to be like other poets or write like other poets or read like other poets, but being yourself. And that's a significant word for me because I know that there's a lot of poets that their vibe is different to my vibe. And there's some poets that are really good at memorizing the poems and doing some really good freestyle poetry and for me, I've just been me as a writer. I've just been somebody that reflects my thoughts and my poems, and I've not been very good at memorizing them yet. At least I haven't really tried, but so Words of a Poetry Art, that's what that means to me. Being true to who I am as a poet, being myself, not trying to be not trying to be Maya Angelou or any other poet, but being me. The next book is Spiritual Essence. This is a book of uplifting poems, encouraging poems, inspirational poems. Poems about nature, poems about love, poems about all the good stuff. This one's called Discovering Me, and this is one that I did before Spiritual Essence. And this is about me just figuring out who I am and the purpose that God has for me. Figuring out my young adulthood. And this one is a Christmas poetry collection called Spirit of Christmas. And through the course of I'm going to do more of these video series, and I'm going to do more poetry videos, and you're going to get to know me a lot more as a poet. Okay, so today has been a rough day in doing this this last video. I don't know why, but I haven't been having good luck with this last video. I've been kind of trying to do this video all morning. So what I'm going to do is that I am going to keep doing this video, whether I ramble or whether the words don't come out right, or however it goes, And I just want to thank you for anybody who's going to stick up with me and follow along in this process despite my imperfections. Okay, so what I'm going to show you here are two magazines that I have produced. Well, this one is my first ever magazine that I produced, and it's a youth magazine called Beige Youth. I did 2 issues of it, but unfortunately I do not have the second issue, which makes me very sad, and I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get a copy of it. When I traveled, I left all the copies that I had behind, and I don't know how I'm going to be able to get issue number 2. But inside this book, this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see. Can they see?
No. Wait, let's see if we can zoom in. Hey, I'm zooming!
So, what I'm holding in my hand, this is a media kit that I had produced. Ooh, and I love this page.
And they have the picture of you on it.
This is my sister. These are my 2 sisters, and this is my brother. My sister Julie, little Jonathan, my brother Jonathan, and my sister Ariel. And this is me talking about the editor-in-chief of Beige Youth. And what this book is all about is a media kit, and this is what I would take to various businesses and to show them what the project of Beige Youth magazine was all about, and to encourage them to buy advertising in that magazine. And this is a scrapbook of what I had done before then in my poetic journey. And this is my favorite picture of all. Can you see it? Can you see it? Yeah. This is when I got to be on the cover of a Sunday entertainment magazine, a local newspaper, Sunday entertainment newspaper, and it's called Easy Magazine, and it would be in our Sunday paper back home, and they were talking about my poetry, my passion for poetry, and sorry if I'm not doing this very smoothly.
You're going very fast.
This is newspaper clipping from an event that I participated in and performed at, which was not organized by me, but I was invited to read my poems at this particular event, which I can't remember what it was called. But all these poets that were next to me were really, really good at memorizing their poems and really good performers. That was not my strong suit. I'm a writer, but I have never been very strong at poetic performance, stage performance. But I did pretty good. I did really well, and I was very proud of myself. I also organized. I'm just going to show you briefly the clippings. I'm not going to be slowing down, but I organized many poetry events, poetry slams. I was the coordinator of 2 poetry groups. One was called Beige Youth Productions. One was called Beige Youth Productions. That's a group that I came up with on my own, and the other one was called Voices, Barbados Writers Collective, which was an already established group which I took over being a coordinator for a year. And the funny story about that is that, and this is a poet from Canada who was featured at one of my poetry events, Beige Youth poetry events. So the funny story about that is that being coordinator of Voices Barbados Writers Collective is that when I had volunteered for that job, I struggled with anxiety so bad, and I questioned myself, like, what am I getting myself into? The reason I did it is because I liked the group. I visited group one time and signed my name on the guest list. And the lady that was coordinating before, she sent out emails looking for somebody to take over her job because she had to leave the country. And no one would volunteer for the position. I did not want to see the group dismantled. I did not want to see the group, be no more. So I volunteered for the position, even though I knew that I struggled with anxiety and fear really bad. So that's a story all by itself. you know, but it is, I just want to share that with you, briefly with you, because it is something I did despite dealing with that anxiety, and like I said, I struggled with it really badly. However, God, by the grace of God, I was able to do what I was able to do. Okay, so just a little clipping of when I launched my first magazine, as I said, they featured it in the newspaper, right? Okay, so I just wanted to show you those things to show you that, I mean, despite your strongholds and despite your struggles, with the grace of God, you can have the strength to do what God sets for you to do, what God sets out for you to do. So I'm going to just read one poem. Do you want to say something? I'm just going to read one poem today called Glimpse. If this is what I can accomplish with the strength and courage I lack, I wonder the things I could do if I didn't let fear hold me back. What if I no longer fed my fears and doubts, fed my faith instead? How much further would I be ahead? What dances I dance and songs I sing, what poems I write if I free the warrior within. I've seen what I can do with fear stirring in my chest. I've seen victory, I've seen success. Still, I don't think I've done my very best. Fear hindered my walk and stole my happiness. It stopped me from going too far, from reaching for the farthest star. I go only as far as I feel safe to go. But what if I didn't do that anymore? What if I took a chance, tread the scary path, did the dance, laughed the laugh? I've seen a glimpse of what I can do if the champion in me made her debut. Imagine the great things I'd accomplish if my body, soul, and mind I'd renew. Imagine the dreams that will come true. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. I hope you enjoyed that poem, and I thank you for I thank you for engaging in my show and tell and seeing the things I've done. I'm showing you these things not to show off or anything like that. I'm showing you these things because I just really want you to know the struggles that I struggled. I struggled in stepping out and being brave and doing these things. I struggled with my heart racing, and I struggled with anxiety, and I dealt with all kind of things. All kind of different fears and panic attacks and setbacks and obstacles. But I just want to say that, just with the grace of God, you can do anything. Just do your best. Just give your best shots. As I said before, seek God first and let Him guide you, because God gives you the strength. God, by the grace of God, you can do anything, through Him who gives you strength. So, I hope you enjoyed that poem. And I started out this month feeling optimistic, as I said, and then in the middle of the month it got really, really hard. And now here at October 31st, I have made it through. I have survived the month that felt like the hardest month I'd ever lived through. So anyway, my daughter's telling me wrap up. So thank you for joining me in this video. Share, like, and subscribe, and see you in the next video. I just wanted to make a little bit of an announcement. Starting from tomorrow, November 1st, until November 6th, I wanted to do a very short video chat series where I will be discussing my perspective on the spiritual and political climate of this season. As you know, on November 6th would be the American midterm elections, and even though I'm not someone to really talk about politics too much, I'm not someone who has been into politics in the course of my life. I have become very, very interested in the climate and the atmosphere of what's been happening in America in terms of politics and the spiritual atmosphere over the last 2 years. And I believe that November 6th is a very, very historical and significant day, and it's going to give us a good perspective of what the heart of this country, America, what the heart of America is, and the world is going to be looking like over the course of the next 2 years and beyond that. And I just want to share my perspective, whether it's something that is, important to you or not. It just feels like I want to share my heart. I want to share my heart on what I see and how I see things and how I see what's going on in that atmosphere right now, and anybody that's interested in my point of view, and I will also be sharing poems in those videos. Anyone that's interested in my point of view and my perspective on these things, I feel free to join me on that journey as well. As you know, this is not something that is my thing, but I'm stepping out, being me, doing me, sounding my voice, and being a part of this process, this journey that we all are on and in together, just whether we know it or not. So thank you. And my daughter also wanted me to share with you guys that she's going to be working on a bloopers video of all my little mishaps in this 31 days of Chasing Your Dreams Poetry series that I just wrapped up. So we'll see how that goes, because I have no idea how to do that. So we'll see how she gets that done. But thank you very much.